exchange student from Finland living with us.
Hi, I'm Jose. Food in US is different.
Oh.
It's horrible.
Filling this pool up, and we're wrestling.
Johnston's family wanted to do a wife-carrying race. Maybe Johnston family is crazy.
All right, turkey.
On this season of 7 Little Johnstons,
We're filling this pool up with cranberry sauce and applesauce, and we're wrestling. Oh, get him, Jose!
For the next 3 months, we have an exchange student living with us.
I'm so excited about this. Everything here is new for me.
We cannot wait to show him life with the Johnsons.
Wife carrying represents Finland.
7 Little Johnstons star Liz Johnston got arrested at her bachelorette party when a male stripper dressed as a police officer crashed the party. Ultimately, the season's 17 finale captured something more profound than a simple wedding. It captured the clash between Liz's desire for a legacy of beauty and Bryce's need for authenticity. In the end, the backyard survived the storm, the bushes planted for Nana stood firm, and a family that thrives on dysfunction came together to celebrate a new chapter. It was loud, it was messy, and if you looked closely through the rain-streaked lens of the TLC cameras, it was absolutely, unapologetically real. For most brides-to-be, the greatest fear on a wedding day is bad weather or a missing flower crown. But for reality TV star Elizabeth Liz Johnston, the most shocking moment came a few days early when a police officer showed up to place her under arrest. In an exclusive clip obtained by Parade and People ahead of the April 14, 2026 episode of 7 Little Johnstons, viewers got a sneak peek at what was supposed to be a low-key bachelorette party that quickly descended into chaos, edible underwear, and a surprise encounter with the law. The scene, which has since gone viral among TLC fans, offered a rare glimpse into the spicy, unfiltered side of the often-controlled eldest daughter, proving that even the most meticulous planners can be thrown off their game. A party of no's and naughty gifts. The road to Liz's arrest began with a seemingly innocent gathering at the family home. As chronicled in Season 17 of 7 Little Johnstons, Liz, 24, has been a whirlwind of spreadsheets and checklists leading up to her November 8, 2025, wedding to longtime love Bryce Bolden. However, when it came to her bachelorette party, she tried to put the brakes on anything too risque. "I'm not into that kind of stuff," Liz later explained in a confessional, referring to the raunchier traditions of pre-wedding parties. She had specifically banned certain adult-themed props, specifically, no penises at the party, according to her sister and maid of honor, Emma Johnston. The rebellion, however, started small. The exclusive clip opens with the women lounging around, exchanging gifts. The tone was set when Liz playfully tossed a pair of edible underwear at her sister Emma. The room erupted in laughter as mother of the bride Amber Johnston picked up the sugary garment, examined it with a mix of horror and curiosity, and exclaimed, "Oh, it's like sugary." Liz's friend, Carol Beasley, quickly chimed in with a dose of medical reality, declaring, "That's a trip to the gynecologist right there." Despite the laughter, Liz remained firm. In a sit-down interview segment with Bryce, she defiantly stated, "As much as we got a kick out of the edible underwear, I will not be wearing them." When Bryce expressed regret at missing that particular gift, Liz shot him down, explaining the props had already broken straight out of the package. But the lingerie wasn't finished shocking the group. Liz held up another pair of thong underwear emblazoned with the phrase "grazing station," a cheeky reference likely tied to the family's farming life or a wedding inside joke. "Bryce is just gonna get a kick out of these," Liz remarked, seemingly relieved that the raciest part of the evening was a pair of funny panties. She was wrong. The knock at the door. Just as Liz settled into the rhythm of unwrapping gifts, the energy in the room shifted. A loud, authoritative knock echoed through the Johnston home. The bride-to-be froze, hiding her face behind a piece of tissue paper as if it could shield her from the impending embarrassment. "Oh my God," Liz shrieked. "Y'all did not." As a man dressed in a full police uniform entered the living room, one of the party guests jokingly whispered, "Did you pay your car ticket?" The officer wasted no time getting into character, scanning the room with a serious expression before announcing, "How's it going? I'm here to arrest Elizabeth." The room exploded into giggles, with the women eagerly pointing toward the blushing bride. According to sources close to the production, this was the spicier surprise Amber had alluded to earlier. So Liz might think these panties are the surprise, Amber told producers with a coy smile before the knock. But we've actually got something even spicier coming. For a split second, Liz's shock wasn't just about the embarrassment of a stripper in uniform showing up, it was about who she thought she saw. In a confessional following the incident, Liz admitted to a moment of genuine panic mixed with confusion. "I just see a man in a cop uniform and, out of the corner of my eye, it almost looked like Bryce," Liz confessed. "I just saw brown hair and a tall, lanky dude. And so I'm like, oh my God, he would never." The idea that her reserved fiancé, a man who, by all accounts, prefers privacy over spectacle, would show up at her bachelorette party dressed as a police officer was so absurd that it took her brain a moment to process the reality of the situation. The officer leaned into the theatrics, striding toward Liz with purpose. "I heard that Elizabeth stole Bryce's heart," he announced. "Is this true?" Before she could answer, he instructed her to stand up and put her hands behind her back. The handcuffs clicked into place, or at least they tried to. "They don't seem like they're fitting," Liz observed, looking down at the cuffs with a raised eyebrow. Amber, watching from the sidelines, narrated the scene with a laugh. He was attempting to handcuff Liz. The dance and the aftermath. Once the arrest was loosely secured, the real party began. The uniformed man, now clearly revealed as hired entertainment, began to dance. The women screamed and hollered as the beat dropped. At one point, the dancer removed his police cap and placed it on Liz's head, performing a solo number directly in front of her chair while she sat handcuffed and blushing. "She didn't let us have penises at the party, so we added something spicier," Emma explained in a confessional, justifying the surprise to viewers. Indeed, the police officer, trope allowed the family to circumvent Liz's strict no-stripper rule while still delivering a jolt of adrenaline to the proceedings. Despite the initial shock and the red flush on her cheeks, Liz admitted the surprise worked. "My mother and sister stole the show with how much they were enjoying the stripper's performance," Liz later noted. The house was reverberating with hollering as the women watched the performance unfold.